Hi, my name's Joe, and this is my 180 story. The personal story about how my life was headed in one direction, but Jesus changed the direction of my life 180 degrees. I grew up in a family that sporadically went to church on Christmas and maybe Easter. I came into my freshman year of high school believing I was an agnostic. I thought Christians were super weird and just simply boring, and really arrogant to claim that they had the only right way to God. Other than that, I didn't know much about Christianity. Then things started to change. My mom, who struggled with alcoholism and depression her whole life, started to go to church and dragged me with her. The change I saw in her was astonishing. The joy she had just spilled out of her, and it was absolute, undeniable proof to me that God was real. My junior year of high school, my mom gave up drinking one day, cold turkey, for Jesus, and that was awesome. That week, I sat down and really reflected on this. I realized I was really self-absorbed. I didn't have close relationships with other people because I didn't like them very much. I drank on weekends to forget how miserable I was because I was lonely and constantly trying to beat everyone around me. I sexted boys on weekends to forget, and I didn't treat them very well. I didn't treat women very well. Honestly, I didn't do anything really nice for anyone unless it was to get something out of them. I realized all of these accomplishments I had ultimately wouldn't amount to anything when I was dead. I was living in excess in every area of my life, and it was hauntingly empty. And I prayed, probably the lamest prayer ever. I was just like, God, I'm not doing super well on my own. I know you're real, and I believe Jesus died to save me from myself. I want you in my life. I don't know what's going to happen. But that was that. God came into my life. He brought people into my life that taught me so many different things about God. And it's actually laughable that I'm recording this right now. 5 years ago, I can't imagine anyone knowing me well enough for me to tell them these things. God has shown me how to love other people better, even though I'm still not perfect. He's shown me boundless grace for the things I've done and been forgiven for. I no longer have to live in hiding or pretend to be tough. People are no longer at arm's distance. One of the first services I ever went to showed me a verse that's still my favorite today. It's called Philippians 3:7-9. Whatever are gains to me, I now consider loss for the sake of Christ. What is more, I consider everything a loss because of the surpassing worth of knowing Jesus Christ my Lord, for whose sake I have lost all things. I consider them garbage, that I may be gained in Christ and be found in him, having no righteousness of my own. Before, I was apathetic. Now, I'm vulnerable. My name's Joe, and this is my 180 story.